Taking care of the land is a way of life for many cattlemen and women across the country. But some go above and beyond to preserve it for future generations to enjoy. Funk Farms Trust is this year's Region 3 winner of the Environmental Stewardship Award. Reporter Scott Hoke has more from Shirley, Illinois.
The agricultural roots run deep on the Funk Farms Trust, located on the rolling prairie land of central Illinois. With a rich history dating back to 1824, Funk Farms is where hybrid seed corn was developed and has been home to both crops and cattle since it was founded more than 185 years ago.
Very long time. They used to drive cattle from here back to Pennsylvania, points east, and this was prior to Chicago being a major terminal livestock facility. And then once Chicago got started, they drove cattle and hogs 150 miles from here north.
Since 1970, Dan Coons has managed this diverse operation that grows corn, soybeans, and hay, grazes stocker cattle, and finishes cattle in a monoslope covered feeding facility.
We've got about 2,500 acres of ground here that we operate, 250 to 275 acres of grass that we run stocker cattle on. Also have a feedlot, a one-time capacity of 1,500 head, and majority of it is custom fed. However, our stocker cattle that we run during the summer, we feed those out ourselves.
This part of Illinois is probably one of the better spots to raise cattle. We've got an abundance of grass, corn, soybeans, especially for the feedlot operation.
We have used the livestock operation in conjunction with the cropping enterprise so that we pick up from the various synergies. One accentuates the other. We're able to utilize everything that we produce on the farm.
On Funk Farms, cattle and crops work together to create a healthy environment. Corn and soybeans provide feed and bedding for cattle, and the manure from the monoslope feeding barn is used to fertilize the next year's crops.
In the last 6-8 years, we have started composting that manure, and we've set aside roughly 10 acres of ground here that is our compost site. So we bring that manure out of the facility, put it in windrows, compost it, so it reduces the volume of material by about 50%. And that's been a big help. We put those nutrients back on the soil. We do sell a little of it to some neighbors and people that want to put it on their garden and so forth.
The monoslope barn provides a quality year-round environment for the cattle while eliminating any runoff. With 3 streams crossing Funk Farms, preserving water quality is a top priority. Each stream is protected by wide grass setbacks, keeping cropland far from the water's edge.
You know, the terraces and the grass waterways and the field borders and all that slows the water and really reduces the erosion.
Any time that we can slow the water down off of our cropland, we can reduce the sediment load, we can reduce the nutrient load in those filter strips. The filter strip then utilizes that fertilizer, and therefore we're not having to fertilize our filter strips as much. It keeps it on the farm where we want it to stay.
To save soil, the team at Funk Farms also uses no-till and minimum-till cropping systems. And they use management-intensive grazing to help the grass and cattle thrive.
We're standing in a pasture right now. I've got 85 head running on management-intensive grazing. I've got 9 cells, 8 if you don't include the creek that is fenced out. I've got a creek running through the whole pasture. It's 100% fenced out. We flash graze the creek as needed, 24, 48-hour grazing across it.
They've implemented the rotational prescribed grazing system on their acreage and installed water lines and new fences to help make that come to pass and work better.
Funk Farms hosts groups and visitors interested in learning about the Funk family history, as well as how a modern, innovative Illinois crop and cattle farm operates.
The Funk family has always done that. We've always hosted tours and events, educational events for school kids and so forth. Have just always felt it's important to tell the story of agriculture.
Whether hosting visitors, tending the cattle, or protecting natural resources, the Funk Farms team takes pride in caring for the land every day.
Stewardship means to me the ability to maintain sustainably the ground that we work with.
We have been very conscious of that, and the Funk family has always been very conscious of the conservation of the land. They've been here a long time and see it as their duty to preserve it. I really feel proud of the fact that with this operation, we're doing just about all we can do to help the environment and the stewardship of the whole industry.
Dan and Kathy Coons are members of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, and there's never been a better time for you to join them as an NCBA member. If you join right now, you'll receive a free 100 milliliter bottle of Dectomax injectable from Pfizer Animal Health. And if you join NCBA as well as your state association, you'll receive a 200 milliliter bottle of Dectomax injectable. But you must join both at the same time to get in on this limited time offer. Joining is easy. Just give us a call at 1-866-USA-BEEF or email us at C2C@beef.org.